Welcome back to the show where we give you all the Dolphins news you need to know about. This next piece of news comes from NBC Sports. The Miami Dolphins are going to meet with former college basketball player Mo. I cannot say his full name because I'm terrible at pronouncing names, but he's a former college basketball player. He's 6'7". He's looking to capture some of the magic that Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates, Jimmy Graham, Julius Thomas captured in the NFL. So hopefully he can be one of those players. He's 6'7", extremely athletic. He worked out with a bunch of NFL scouts, wowed everybody there. One of the scouts was a Miami Dolphins scout, so he is going to visit with the Miami Dolphins. So I don't know, maybe we can get a deal done. Maybe it turns out to be Antonio Gates and everybody's happy. Who knows? This next piece of news comes from Barry Jackson of the Miami Herald. He says Derek Barnett, if he is there at the number 22, the 22nd overall pick in the NFL draft, that the Miami Dolphins seriously will consider drafting him. So that, I mean, obviously Derek Barnett, a lot of people compare him to Myles Garrett. Some people think he's a better pass rusher than Myles Garrett is. Just to give you some of the stats, he had a very, very productive year out of the SEC. He had 13 sacks and 19 TFLs. So Derek Barnett is one of the second best pass rusher, in my opinion, to Myles Garrett. So if he is there at 22, that would be a miracle if he was there at 22. I don't see him getting out of the top 15 at all. I don't see him dropping that far at all. So if he did, obviously, I think the Dolphins should consider drafting him. I think Derek Barnett can be a very special player on the next level. This next report comes from Ian Rappaport. He says the Miami Dolphins are going to visit with Jalen Tabar, who's the cornerback from Florida. I'm sorry if I butchered his name. Obviously, he had a very productive year in the SEC. Also, he had 4 interceptions and 2 TFLs, which is so he's a really good tackler, which is what the Miami Dolphins look for in cornerbacks who can tackle, especially since we play in the division with the greatest quick pass game of all time, the New England Patriots. You have to tackle, and having cornerbacks that can tackle is an invaluable asset. So Jalen Tabar can do that. So I definitely think he fits what the Dolphins want to do at cornerback. Obviously, having 2 TFLs and 4 interceptions, very productive year out of the SEC. This next report also comes from Ian Rappaport. He says the Miami Dolphins are also going to visit with the University of Miami, almost said Miami Dolphins, the University of Miami tight end David Njoku. Hopefully I didn't butcher his name also. Obviously, some people think he can be an all-pro in the NFL. Some people think he can literally be a first-team all-pro. I know a lot of NFL scouts view him as the next great tight end. I know a lot of Dolphins fans want to draft a tight end at number 22. So if you were going to do it, David Njoku would be a great pick. Obviously, he had a very productive year. He had 8 touchdowns. He put the ball in the paint 8 times, which is insanely good. He had 698 yards. So he has everything you would want in a tight end. His size and speed combination, and especially his run after the catch ability, is unrivaled in the draft, in my opinion. I think O.J. Howard's a little bit more polished. David's a little bit more of a prospect, but nonetheless, David's going to be a very, very good player. So if the Dolphins did take him, I think it would make a lot of people upset because of the need there for defense, but obviously we wouldn't be upset with the results, I don't think. This next report comes from James Walker of ESPN. The Miami Dolphins are going to work out T.J. Watt, obviously the outside linebacker from Wisconsin, who had a really, really good season last season. I think he had 11 sacks and 15 TFLs. I really don't think he fits a 4-3 as much as he does a 3-4. I think he'd be way more successful in a 3-4, than a 4-3. So I don't think he fits our system like some of the other players there that will be there at 22. So I don't know if he's the greatest prospect for the Miami Dolphins to take. But who knows? Let me know what you guys think about TJ Watt. That is going to be it, guys. I am SkyX1383, and I'll see you guys in the next one.